Hello, hello. How we doing, fellas?
Hey, doing all right.
Boom. This is good. Video's good. All right. It's a bit of a busy house, so if we have some children ruckusing about in the background, I apologize. All right, so to catch anybody up that's coming in for the first time, it's a scenario game. I'm painting a fictional scenario. So the fictional scenario that's going on here today is the Epstein files got released, and that, long story short, caused the federal government to fall apart. Localizing the story now, we are just south of Dallas, Texas, in the subdivisions outside of the city limits. And right, so it's been a couple months, like 4 or 5 months since the federal government went away. The Texas state and the state guard and the National Guard joined forces. They call themselves the TCF, the Texas Citizen Force. They are doing their best to keep the highways and the utilities open and allow the Texas government in Austin to conduct themselves. But they can't do much else. We have worked with Pink Crew here in this area. We are the blue team here. This is our area of operation, our neighborhood we live in. And right, the primary enemy we've faced thus far has been from this orange area. There's like the local gangs have joined forces rather than fight each other and started to attempt to impose themselves on the local communities in this area. They've also started to conduct some ambushes and harassing fire on TCF forces when they travel through, which is why TCF reached out to us and helped organize and assemble and equip the local citizens. So now we have 3 full rifle teams, right? So each or 3 full rifle platoons: pink platoon, blue platoon, orange platoon. Each platoon has 3 squads. Each squad has 3 teams. Each team has 4 members. Everybody is in good health and relatively good physical condition. Everybody is well equipped, AR-15s across the board. Each squad has a thermal somewhere in the squad. Each team somewhere in the team has night vision capabilities, radio capabilities, and like a designated marksman, SPR, whatever you want to call it, somebody with a little bit of precision fires capability. And our goal is to head into the orange territory and essentially clear out the enemy combatants, the enemy gang members in this area that have been harassing the communities. We expect them to be anywhere from 50 to 100 strong, but that's just a rough estimate. And we are pretty sure that this spot here, just west of Beckley Heights Park, is on the corner of Goulishpur and Starkey, is where Big Dog T lives. And according to the best that we can gather from all the traffic that we've picked up and stuff, is that he's kind of conducting and coordinating everything. So we have reason to believe wherever he's at is probably like a good stronghold or the headquarters or something of the sort. We also know that just inside their territory, along this main road down the middle, they have a vehicle checkpoint with 3 or 4 guys and 1 or 2 vehicles parked on the road at all times. That's all the ahead of time intel we have. We do expect it to be pretty obvious what we're doing, right? We're all wearing our kit and carrying our rifles and such. And so we expect that they will probably open up on us as soon as they see us encroach upon their territory. In the wallet, all my stuff.
I need
What?
I need your scissors.
Oh my goodness. No, you don't, but here you go.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Right. So that's all the intel we have. We know that they pretty much operate inside these boundaries is where they reside in. They do obviously leave and go conduct offensive operations, but up in here is where they reside. Any questions? And this is where we're currently staged to launch this operation. questions, comments, concerns, volunteers. We need at least 3. We could have up to 9, but we need at least 3.
I'll volunteer.
I'll volunteer.
All right. Pick a color.
Pink.
I'll
You take
fight
pink.
you.
I'll take blue.
Honey Badger has pink. Who has blue?
Deus Volt has pink. I have blue.
Deus Volt has pink. Deus Volt has pink. You have blue, Honey. And who's going to take orange?
All right, if no one's gonna take orange, I guess I'll take orange.
Wonderful. Yep, got you, Phil. Okie doke. So, not that it matters, but the colors of these platoons do correlate with the areas they came from, right? These orange members are local citizens within the orange encampment that are sick of the gang activities and want it also to end. So they've volunteered and felt a responsibility to do their part as well. All right. So, I mean, that's, unless I got any questions from you guys, that's pretty much all I got to say. Just go ahead and start planning amongst yourselves. We have this zoomed out view, and then down here we have on the playing board more zoomed in of their area of operation, right? There's that southern boundary, and this road right here is their northern boundary. So all this is that area, a little bit more zoomed in. And of course we can always go to Google Maps, right? And this is where we are on Google Maps. This is the area that they're at, right? So this is Big Dog T's spot right here.
All right, I have an idea. So they've got about 50 to 100 combatants in the AO in orange.
That's
There
what
is
the
a
intel says, correct.
vehicle checkpoint, and there is our objective.
Our objective is to clear the area of the enemy combatants, but the only, like, other than just doing a systematic clear, which we can do, but other than that, the only ahead of time intel we have is a suspected location for Big Dog T's house, which is probably an area of interest for the enemy.
Oh, I see. All right, well, yeah, I guess I was thinking about it like a raid, because targeting leadership is
This is a deliberate,
Common.
a deliberate clear, not a raid.
I have a funny idea.
affirmative.
That's why I gave you guys so much manpower. You have 3 full rifle platoons, so each of you is in charge of 3 full rifle platoons, 3 squads each, fully staffed, fully armed. Go for it, Phil.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, check this out. Broad strokes. We find some kind of surreptitious way to get vehicles into the orange territory, and we do a drive-by in Big Dog T's house.
Well, if that, we should clear out the AO. That's our objective. So
right.
I say instead we divide up the AO into thirds. We put 1 squad through each third.
So is there a time limit on this, or can we go about this systematically? I'm thinking we should probably cover our defense, have a reconnaissance, get a little bit more information on what's actually going on there, and then approach it cautiously, or are we just going in guns a-blazing?
I mean, you guys can do what you want. There's no specific time limit. We've been living next to this community for a while. You can probe with a recon or whatever. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
That's not a bad idea.
I'd like
My
to know what
squad
we're up against before going in.
locals, and
Right, so-
we can put them in stripes and do recon.
Just to perhaps paint a better picture, right? This community, like if you just put plainclothes on and drove with 1 or 2 guys in a car through it, they would let you in. You would be at risk of like somebody running up and trying to carjack you or shake you down, right? Think like whatever, Compton, Detroit, Chicago, but now there's not even police, but they're you know, whatever the terminology you want to use, right? They're gangs, they're urban guerrillas, whatever terminology. They're not walking around doing systematic patrols and stuff like this. They have this one checkpoint that's really a vehicle shakedown, right? Anybody, because this is the highest traveled roadway. So anybody that comes through here, they want to stop the car and take whatever they want from it. That's what they got going on there. And yeah, I mean, other than that, like who knows who of the population is part of an active member or a spotter or whatever for this gang. So you're definitely going to be identified if you're not local to that area and called out. But it's not like they have like dug in positions anywhere or anything like that.
Right, they are embedded in the local populace.
They're embedded in local populace, and then from here they go out and they set up roadblocks, or they, fuck with people that come through here not knowing better, or they'll come out and try to steal shit at night. They've been plaguing anytime there's like a supply drop off from TCF. They wait just outside of TCF's cordon and then try to steal from grandma's the stuff that the TCF just gave them. These kinds of things.
Okay.
We have a platoon that is from that area, right?
Correct.
They might be better at blending in depending on the terms under which they left. They might have information. Should we put them on surveillance and getting more information for us?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to send a probe team or whatever, that's a super smart move to make.
I mean, if we can trust them.
For all intensive purposes, we trust them.
Okay.
I'm trying to not. I'm trying.
That's Phil, right?
Just for full disclosure, I'm trying to not make this a race war, which is why I did this. And this is also a realistic scenario, right? If you go to these crime-ridden areas, a lot of the local people there aren't super hyped about all of the crime.
Right. All right. So how do you recommend we send the orange team, which has lived there before, in to do reconnaissance and figure out where the hostiles are potentially exposed? We want to draw them out, have them in kit with their weapons, and convert them make them look like targets, identify them, and bring them out. So how are we going to do that? We could hit the checkpoint, stir up some trouble, and anticipate where they're going to come from.
Should we also set up our own roadblocks and defenses, because they have been coming out and harassing us and doing raids and stuff? Should we harden ourselves against that kind of stuff while we're collecting this information? I'll volunteer to do that. I'll volunteer the pink platoon for that.
Yeah, I guess. So, are we also responsible for? I mean, if the objective is to clear out the hostiles.
Correct.
So if I guess you're maybe bringing up the concern that we move in, we start getting in gunfights, and then that leaves the blue and pink regions vulnerable, and then the hostiles move in while we're gone, and then we got to run back.
While we're surveilling them, it's going to take time to gather that information, and they're not going to be just sitting still while we're doing that. They're going to go about doing their daily operations as usual too.
So
that's true.
Basic MOUT principles. What you're going to want to do is isolate, right? Whatever the location is, right? Which the orange area is the target location. We're trying to clear the orange area out. So before we launch any sort of actual clearing operations, we're going to want to isolate this area, and we can take special care to isolate it from being able to get to blue and pink. Now, of course, anybody can go the opposite direction and drive 2 hours out of the way in a big circle or whatever the case is. And also, blue and pink are an armed population. Of course, we've gathered up the best fighters that are in there, but everybody that's left still does, own their a Maverick 88 they leave by the bedside. So just those considerations, right? Part of you assaulting this should be like shutting down intersections or setting fire teams or squads in blocking positions so that they can't just run away to then stage a counterattack on you or something like that.
That makes sense. Then we should think about avenues of approach. So from blue to orange, it looks like from east to west on Camp Winden Road?
Camp
Wisdom. That's definitely like the closest route, fastest route from orange to blue, it looks like. And we should just approach the objective from that route. And then how are we going to do this? How are we going to bring those hostiles out? We go house to house? I mean,
Here, let me help you guys a little. You can do whatever. You don't have to take any of my advice. But
yeah.
just looking at this off the top of my head, there's 3 different ways to break it down. Either you could break this thing into 3. So there's three main MSRs, right? There's this whatever they are, the top one, the middle one, and then this bottom one, and then they all connect to or pass across this main interstate, and then all those would lead directly to our areas. All 3, right? So either we can break this down into 3 sections, east to west, or east to west, and then give each platoon a section, and then leave each platoon responsible for setting up a blocking position at those intersections or those MSRs, however you want to break it down. Or the other option would be to have one platoon tasked with establishing blocking positions this way, and then break this down north to south or south to north, whatever you want to do, in 2 lanes, and then have one platoon clear each lane.
Ugh.
Are we concerned with identification there when we get there and being identified? Are we concerned that the local populace might also fight back against us in some way? Is there some way we could communicate to the locals what we're up to, or do we want to, or do we want to just go in with full surprise?
Is that a question for?
That's a question. That's a question for the people that are going to be involved in this.
I don't know how we're gonna go shock and awe, surprise on this entire giant neighborhood.
I do not think it's possible we'll really have surprise. So I kind of like approach A. We look at these 3 main routes, top, middle, bottom, and we assign 1 squad to each of them.
Platoon.
I'm down.
Or sorry, do we each have a platoon?
Platoon,
Each have a
yes.
platoon.
A platoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then 3 squads, 1 platoon per route.
So
Just 3 squads.
you're
And we can
120 strong, well equipped and organized, going up against an estimated 50 to 100 man, medium level equipped guerrilla force in this neighborhood. Just to put it all out on the table.
All right.
I know I'm
Yeah.
not participating, but if I could give some advice, just in terms of informing the local populace, you should get the orange platoon to do canvassing, their relatives and people they know and stuff like that. Just to tell them to tell the rest of the civilian population that we're gonna go in and smoke these guys out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Before we use Plan A with the 3 routes, we can send Orange in, and then they can hand out flyers or whatever, and talk to people and tell them, hey, we're going to come in and deal with this problem.
And gather intelligence as well.
This is what I'm
Yes,
gonna do.
of course.
This is what I want to do. I want to take 1 squad, and they are going to just go into the orange neighborhood in a bunch of separate vehicles, or however they can, and just integrate back in with the neighborhoods, and just go back and live where they came from and spy. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna work.
All right, so contingency, if your spies are apprehended or captured, there should be a time limit on when they come back. So if it's been too long, then I'll send in a team at their last known location, and you tell me where your guys are going.
All right. Well, where they're going, where I want them to go, is to wherever they lived before, but I don't know if that's going to be
Sure.
Right.
There's random locations. We'll say that
Okay.
your teams communicate to mine, and we know their last known location, and then there's a set time when they're supposed to come back. And if they exceed that time by, we can be, an hour. It's pretty tight, but it's reasonable considering close proximity.
I forget the name of this
I'll do it to
acronym,
you.
but you guys are basically doing it's like when units depart, especially leadership splits, right? You
Salute
say
report?
no. Salute is on the enemy, right? So
Oh.
you're talking to your friendlies and you're saying, Like just like this,
Oh,
we're separating.
GWOT.
So right, where I'm going, what I'm doing, how long I should be, and what to do if I don't return, and what time frame is I haven't returned.
Right. So Phil, give me your troops. Will give me a GWOT. Well, I guess they're not dressed in kit.
Yeah.
They're going to go in, collect whatever intelligence they can about the situation, hand out flyers, talk to people, and maybe less conspicuously, go knock on doors and whatnot.
All right.
And yeah,
Okay. All right, this is how I'm gonna work.
And in
We're
the
gonna send it-
meantime, are we continuing to man our roadblocks and defend our neighborhoods?
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to stage one of my squads along west of Camp Wisdom Road so that they're a little bit closer. Yeah, right there is good. While Phil's on his mission.
Oh, actually.
Also, I intended to send one squad in like plain clothes. I didn't.
Oh, we can just send
Okay.
one. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So these guys are going in plain clothes, and their goal is to.
Listen, all right. Let's break the town up into thirds, like you were saying. Like one goes to the north third, one team goes to middle third, one team goes to lower third, and they just kind of walk around and see what they can see for like a day.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go with this, but I realize that with few troops over a large area, if the region you tell me you're going to it covers a lot of ground, lots of houses, it's very unlikely I would find your missing lads. But
Yeah.
we'll just roll with it.
We are hard, spooky people in my platoon.
All right.
Also, probably
What's up?
nothing.
All right. So it's been 24 hours. You get two fire teams return. One fire team does not. Of the two fire teams return, they say they don't know what happened to them.
That's rough.
And they also let you know that. I'm sorry, I was waiting for the mic. They also let you know that Beckley Heights Park, right here next to Big Dog T's spot, is like a big high ground, right? That's where they have a bunch of dudes. People are like pulling up and dropping off supplies, and then other people are pulling up and purchasing supplies, and they have like some armed guards at all times there with rifles.
All right. Well, we did reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance completed.
Okay. Yeah. So on the main map,
Yeah, what's up? Hit me with it.
I'm just thinking between A and B, separating it into thirds, going east to west. I think considering that there's a higher concentration of hostiles on the top half of Orange, we could use the thirds method, but we can devote more of our forces to, say, the middle and top routes.
There's
Clearing.
something I want to spit out that I think I might be the only one who's thinking, but teams didn't come back, which they could have plausibly defected back or been captured, and these orange people might know what we're doing. And I might have just compromised the whole thing. Just FYI.
Okay. So which team didn't come back, and what was their
It was
assignment?
Orange 1-3. They just had the oh, that's fair. Let's say they had the bottom 1/3 assignment, the most southern 1/3, and they didn't
All right.
return, which is why we don't have any intel on the southern 1/3. Right? We have a bunch of intel in the middle /
Right.
top because that's where we had two guys kind of walking. This is their overlap area, so this is where we would have had like the most intel.
I
have a genius plan.
Let's hear it, Phil.
I assume my dudes possibly called or messaged one of their cell phones. If not, I text them.
There is no cell or internet service. There hasn't been for a couple months.
Okay, never mind.
But they did have radios. They did have a radio within the fire team, at least.
Gotcha. That we should let them call us. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hate to interrupt, but if they call you, you'd want to have, like, your own little thing that they'd say if they're under duress. That's just a normal word that seems not out of place.
Cheeseburger is the distress word. Cheeseburger is the distress word.
All right. We did plan the distress word, and it was cheeseburger. Mm-hmm.
So the bottom half of our objective is kind of unknown, and we lost the team there. Top half, we do have some intel, and there's a known target. What do you guys think? Should we maybe take what we know right now and then move and get the bottom half, or go all at once and separate into thirds?
Are we considering siege as an option? Do we want to just blockade the place and have them try to negotiate with us?
Everything is an option.
We could cut them off.
What'd you say, G-WOT?
I just said everything is an option.
All right. I don't hate the siege thing, because as far as I can tell, this gang is mostly operating just by stealing. If we siege them and just block the roads, they can't get out to steal.
Yeah, I don't think they're like growing their own food in there or anything.
Yeah. You know what?
I will note you can definitely lock down the roadways, but like locking down all foot traffic in and out of this location is going to be pretty unrealistic with your man size.
20.
All right. Yeah, you know what?
I mean, to be fair, it's a lot shittier to carry food in by backpack than by the truckload, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, so we're not going to completely lock them out, but we will disrupt their logistics significantly enough to perhaps provoke them to initiate some sort of negotiation with us. Because we don't know where he is. It's not, and I wouldn't say we should send somebody in there looking for him with a white flag or anything, but let them come to us if we should provoke them enough by blocking them off.
Like, okay, let's say they come to negotiate. Like, what?
Unless we just want to storm them, you know, we could just go in, whatever.
I do get the feeling we should beat a hammer, not the nail. Move in and hit them hard.
I think. All right, I'm down with this whole block off the three main routes thing. Split it up into
All right,
thirds.
well then, one vote for siege, one vote for attack, and then Volt. What do you think?
All right, let's siege them and see if we can drum up some more support from the surrounding neighborhoods, perhaps even in that time.
Okay, in that case, there's 3 MSRs as declared earlier. We can, there's the top,
east and west entrances.
We can. I'll take the middle MSR and I'll block it off.
All right.
I'll take the top.
And
all right, I'll take the south.
Colors. I know that Phil's orange and Honey
Pink
Badger's
has
blue. Yeah. And then blue has middle.
All right. Obviously, you probably aren't going to just throw your whole platoon up there, but for right now, I don't even want to do that.
Just setting them.
Okay. So talk to me. We'll start at the north. What do you want to do? And are we blocking off the eastern and western ends of this MSR, or are we just blocking off the eastern ones?
Yes, east and west, with one squad on each location and another to rotate as a quick reaction force. Pile up vehicles, tires, whatever, just blockade it and control traffic flow through there.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay. That's fine where that's at. And Honey Badger, how about you?
Yeah, I concur that we should block off both sides. So I would take one squad and wrap them all the way around to the other side of, yeah, like, yeah, right there.
So they're gonna drive up and then like this. Burp.
Yeah. Set up a roadblock there, and then I'll have one on, yeah, I would just scoot squad 1 a little bit more west to the end of that. Yeah. I mean, how far away is the hostile checkpoint?
Yeah, like
Sky.
one strip mall distance.
What'd you say?
One city block, like one strip mall distance. Just inside of the, they want unsuspecting people to like get off the highway and then turn down here, and then turn all the way in and be kind of committed to coming down before they realize like, oh shit, there's a roadblock here. So like 300 yards, 200 yards.
All right, I'll keep them there, and then I'll have my third in vehicles on standby in between the north and the middle objectives, roadblocks.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Phil, what are we doing?
All right, let me see the west side of the MSR. All right. Okay, let me set up a nice road checkpoint on the east side of the interstate, about where all my orange dudes are now. And I yelled, man, how would you, the intersection of Wheeling Road and South Polk Road, how would you watch that?
You're asking us?
Yeah.
I would put, I mean, I guess I would block literally the intersection, like, from the north and east with 2 fire teams respectively, and then you can have a third behind them, kind of making a diamond.
I don't hate it. Let me set up a nice serpentine
triangle. Whoops,
checkpoint
my bad.
on both roads, South Polk and yeah, like that. And the last, that's a fire team, right? Never mind.
Each box is a fire team. Every box is 4 men.
Yeah.
Each box is a fire team. Okay.
I may have misspoke. I meant fire team. Yeah.
Doodles. Same thing. Let me take and make up a nice serpentine on the east side of the interstate, and then my 2 remaining fire teams, I'm going to keep them in reserve as a reaction force in the Texas Department of Public Safety to the south, west. Actually, zoom out. Let me see if there's a spot. Yep, Texas Department of Public Safety. We're public safety officials now.
All righty. Anybody have any final words before we carry on?
Just to clarify, they're vehicle roadblocks, right?
Correct.
Yes. That's the thought. Okay. Sounds good. I think we're ready.
All right. So, as you guys start to initially stage right away, they send one fire team comes here. We'll do this. One fire team of individuals comes up, no visible weapons. They get within shout range of you guys. They start being like, yo, shit, what y'all doing? This is how we get our water in here. What the hell? How we supposed to get our shit when you blocking up the road like that?
No answer. We just ignore them.
We want to talk to Big Dog T.
Okay, yeah. So they said, they mumble amongst themselves and then give you some hand gestures and go ahead and walk off.
Okay.
You guys go ahead and successfully set in the cordon. Not long after you guys have the cordon set up, a vehicle approaches and then comes to a stop from the west. And then one dude disembarks from the vehicle and starts to walk up to you, and you can see through the front windshield that there's 3 military-age males also in that vehicle, and the person approaching you is also a military-age male. He does not have any visible weapons, and he's like, yo, can me and my homies get through, dude? What up? What is this?
Yeah. I address the man. I'm like, or my units do. Yeah, no, this road is blocked. This area is on lockdown. You are not prohibited to pass.
He's like, man, I live there, man. My grandmama up in there. How am I supposed to get up in there then?
That's too bad.
All right, he's very upset. He returns the vehicle. You guys see the vehicle start to disembark. It stops about half a mile away, does a 3-point turn, and starts to rapidly accelerate towards your position.
All right, open fire.
All right, open fire. Bang, 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 bang. They screed off to the side and crash off to the road. All right. So
Damn, I'm really just taking orders.
So what do we do now?
We'll
Just
move
hold
in and clear the vehicle.
Move and clear the vehicle. Okay.
So with
It doesn't matter.
fire teams.
With 2 fire
Sure.
teams? Sure.
Leave one.
Okay, so 2 fire teams come up. They clear the vehicle. 4 enemy KIA, all military-age males, and in the trunk of the car is a bunch of jewelry and firearms and ammunition.
Neat. Okay, we shall requisition the jewelry and the firearms and radio for support. I'm gonna ask for friendlies to bring. Maybe I'll radio my squad 3 to come bring vehicles, pick up the we're not calling it loot. Pick up
The booty.
the items.
The items.
And then and then bring them back.
Could you possibly delegate this to somebody in the neighborhood with a pickup truck, or does it have to be one of our fighting men?
Okay, that's a good point. We would
Valuable stuff. It's
to be a
better
lot
than-
smarter if.
I think using a squad is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
They come, they pick up, they disembark,
Mm-hmm.
they return, they drop off, they go back to QRF.
Okay. Copy that.
All right, so you guys are kind of throwing me through a loop here, right? Setting off a cordon. What do I think would happen? We set a cordon, people try to come, they can't. One of the boys gets smoked up there. All right, so then let's say a large group shows up. A large group shows up at this primary checkpoint. 2 of them stop, right? So this is 12 individuals. They're all carrying weapons. 8 of them stop. 4 of them approach within shouting distance, and they're basically saying, "You got to get the fuck out of here. We're done.
Okay.
We're done playing games. Go away."
First thing I'll do is radio for support. I'll say, checkpoint Alpha, this is checkpoint Bravo. I need fire support. I'll give them a rundown. How many hostiles? There's 4 talking to me, but there's like
12 total
behind
plus the original 4th
them.
checkpoint.
Total, plus the OG. Okay. Yeah, so I have 12 military-age males with rifles requesting fire support. Bravo checkpoint.
All right,
And
cool.
then I'll send my QRF down. And I'm gonna keep them in position to flank. I mean, they're just shouting at us, like, or they got a megaphone or something, like, "Hey, you."
Yeah,
gotta get the fuck out."
they're shouting with you, right? So, right, these dudes stopped like 200 yards back, and then 4 guys walked up, and then 3 of them stopped like 70 yards back, and one dude walked up 30 yards away, so you could actually hear him, and he's like shouting at you, "Get the fuck out of here. We're done playing."
I'll shout back at him. Stand down. You are not prohibited to leave. And
Send
hold my
Big
ground.
Dog T. We want to talk to Big Dog T.
Yes, actually, that's not a bad idea. Like,
He's the only one we'll talk to.
I don't know the lore behind this Big Dog T, but I'm about to find out. Yeah, send Big Dog T. We'll talk to him.
Make sure you verify by checking his tattoo.
What's he have a
It doesn't
tattoo of? I
matter, just
forget.
make sure you tell him that he has to show you the tattoo.
Okay.
All right, so you request Big Dog T. Man, I wish I didn't have to highlight this whole orange area. You request Big Dog T. He's like kind of bullshitting with you. He's like, man, fuck you. Big Dog T ain't come talk to you. Fucking pussy ass white boy. And so these vehicles from the south approach on the interstate. And then they disembark and dismount, three dismounts each vehicle, and they open up fire on your checkpoint. And when they do that, this guy opens up fire, and these two teams kind of start to rush up, and they also get in the fight.
I'm gonna have, Squad 1's gonna bounce back east, so they're going to, or I guess northeast if possible. No, east is fine. East is fine.
Okay.
And then I will have. Okay, so there's a little road between Squad 3 and Camp Winston Road.
Yep.
I'm just going to have them move into position to intercept any hostiles that would pursue east. And then I'll have Squad 1 set up support by fire, so, return fire and hold position in where they are, Squad 1.
Okay. These guys attempt to pursue. You catch them. You catch them in the crossfires, and two vehicles, get Swiss cheesed and pull off to the side of the road, all hammered down. These guys now are online in semi-covered and concealed positions on the other side of the interstate, hammering down on you pretty good. All of them have AR-15s or AKs.
Affirmative. All right, I will have Squad 3 maneuver north and then peel off east down Red Wing Drive. So they're going to do a little... And I might even have them... I take that back. I'll have Squad 1 bound up and before that happens, so they can potentially cover them better.
You have two other platoons with a squad on standby also,
Yeah.
FYI.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
I
I
think
radioed for
pause,
support a while ago, but
take a
the
slight tactical
you
pause.
radioed for report? I sent a squad down south on 35E.
All right. Is the situation they're en route, or are they?
They're
very
making
close.
their way there, and they're gonna see if they can offer support.
Okay, yeah, I'll have
Amongst-
Squad 3.
Not just morally.
So over the radios erupt. Everybody, the entire company-size element, which is what size this friendly unit we have is, 3 platoons, is well aware that we now have multiple squads in contact here at the primary point, the middle MSR on the east side. So, right, are we going to transition from a siege situation or to like an attack, or are we going to try and just deal with this and maintain the siege?
I would recommend we transition to attack here because we do have them. They are coming out and they are exposed. They are showing their face. We should take this opportunity to attack them. It is much easier now than later when they blend back in.
Expose themselves further. This is a couple vehicles they've sent out at this point.
Are you concerned that we smoke these guys and then they decide to hunker down and they don't send any more reinforcements?
I'm concerned that Big Dog T is too well defended that we can't just rush in necessarily. We could be walking into a trap.
That's fair. I made the same mistake initially, thinking the objective would kind of be to get an HVT, but it's just to clear out the hostiles.
Correct.
And drive this gang out of Orange Zone. Get them to fucking leave and stop harassing, raiding, stealing from our folks.
We've done this for this hasn't been a full day, right?
No, not
the
at all.
effect of the siege hasn't really taken effect of demoralizing them. This is their initial reaction.
Yeah.
I'd say if we can hold them off and contain this, let the siege take effect and hurt them further, so that they will be an easier target to swoop in on when we do decide to counterattack. I say hold the position if we can in the meantime, though. Let them wear themselves out.
Okay, Phil, what do you think? I'm voting attack. Deus Volt.
You know what?
To hold position.
While we have these fine rocket scientists in the open, we should take this opportunity to shoot them. So,
Sure, and you can do a localized, like we can attack this unit and not attack the entire area, right?
100%. Crush them.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
so
I would recommend.
go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say I'll recommend squads 1 and 3. Well, squad 1's in contact. I'll have perhaps Deus Volt. Your squad can maneuver west around the Car Star Big Tex collision, like west and then south around that block. And then I can have squads 1 and 3 rendezvous to get online and keep them busy while you're maneuvering. What do you think?
All right, that takes me awfully close to Big Dog T's guarded compound, and they have the high ground on me there. I'm about a block away from them. If I'm
that's a good point.
attacking this, I have my back to Big Dog T, and from what I've heard, you don't want to turn your back on him.
Okay, noted. Then let's have squad 1 move south and then west, and we can have our squad 3s get online from this highway area, from where the highway meets the houses, and try to keep their team busy while my squad 1 maneuvers like southwest.
Yeah, I'm ready to just flush them down this road. I've got a clear, as long as I've got clear firing lanes, I'll just make sure nobody crosses the road to the best of my ability.
Okay, and then I'll move my squad 3 west a bit more so that they can engage south. But sorry, I'm blue.
I know.
Okay.
So you're going west, right? And then pink squad, you're coming like this to get online, pretty much.
Yeah, just close enough to be able to offer support fire.
Right. All right.
I don't want to. I'm watching the flank though.
Okay.
And then I would like squad 1 to move west until they meet this tree line below the pink RV park, and then they can maneuver west. South and then west.
All right, so you guys come in, you take up the fires, and then he's going to peel off like this, come around like here, and then where? Further this way?
And then once... Yeah, like west until meeting about the highway area. And then they'll stop and open. Or depending on when they're in contact, I guess, but... sorry, that's not clear. If they're maneuvering and they're not under fire, that's where I want them. But then if they start getting shot at, I'll make an audible.
Right, they're fairly obscured. They're able to maneuver all the way over here, and especially if you want to launch a deliberate attack, right, you could leave the vehicles and foot dismount and get all the way up on them, probably within 100 to 50 yards before they see you.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So do they successfully get in position?
Sure, we vehicle dismount. We can get to the side of the road. No problem.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll have them vehicle dismount and move.
All right.
Yeah.
Vehicle dismount. They come up here. They open up fires. Fires are awesome. We delete one team right away. We have effects on the other team. It's gonna make me move all those. Right. We continue to move up. Buddy rushing and team bounding when able. And we get to about here, and then these units attempt to evade to the north, and then they run into pink squad, and they collect more casualties as they evade to the north, and then retract west back to Big Dog T. General area, so we suspect.
Right. Here's what I recommend now. We should we should take this opportunity to move in and clear out their checkpoint. So they probably don't have it occupied, but it's possible that since they left in a hurry, they could have left some intelligence, they could have left supplies, ammunition. We should go clear that out. That's what I say.
This
That's
check.
a bad idea. I'll cover you.
Got it. So what are we doing?
I'm just going to take up covering position on the road there.
Yeah, we can have both our squads move south. Squad 3s. And then Squad 1 can move a little bit north till they're on the road and then move alongside the left side of the road.
I would like to move some guys to support this thing you're doing.
Okay.
In case it pops off.
Honey Badger, once you've got this situation under control, I'm going to take my squad back up north, though, to reinforce the northern blockade.
GWOT, have the 2 fire teams man the checkpoint and move the full squad up the interstate until they get... I don't think there's any way to get vehicles off the interstate, but move up to that Methodist church, I guess. What? Right up there. Yep, never mind.
Okay, I'll put him up there. I'll put him up there, yeah.
And have my 2 fire teams move to man that checkpoint we abandoned. But yeah.
Okay, you come up here, and there was 2 guys still manning this position, but they're heavily overwhelmed, and they are deleted. So now this MSR on the east side is fully open and available.
Okay. Clear out these hostiles. How are we going to do it?
Once you feel confident in being able to guard this position again, I'm going to go ahead and head back north.
Wait for him. Take him. Pink Squad 3 is moving north, basically.
Bye.
All right, and Honey Badger, what are we doing? Are we just going back to our original sieging location? Are we trying to occupy some terrain? What are we thinking here?
Here's what I would like to do. I'd like to wait till Darius Volt's squad is in position, and then like we can also have Phil set up, and then all 3 of us can clear this urban AO from east to west, sort of simultaneously.
You want to ditch the siege tactics and just go in there. Let's listen, dog. Let's let this court and siege thing play out for a few more days.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, they'll be a lot easier to shoot and kill when they're hungry and thirsty.
Okay. In that case, I'll stick to the mission plan and maintain a blockade over at Camp Wisdom, this intersection here.
Okay.
All right, I guess my squad goes... I put my guys back in their original locations. We just drive out.
Very well. All right, so it is now nightfall. Night bestows upon us. Guys are rotating in and out in sleep. We're running about 50%. Is how I would imagine it would go in real life. Right, so guys that are on, like this squad that's on post, half of them are asleep just next to the post or, whatever on the floor. And the other half are awake, and they can all be woken up readily and available. Same thing for QRF. Go for it.
Can I have them pass gear? Like, guys who are awake can pass the thermal?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right, so it is nightfall now, and now that it is nightfall, you see a ton of foot traffic in and out of this area. Right, so people are looking through their NVGs and people are looking through their thermals, and there's just like, each roadblock, each post or whatever is reporting like 50 to 100 people over the course of 30 minutes to an hour they see coming in and going, all different ranges, and whatnot. People are trying to be kind of sneaky, obviously definitely trying to avoid the roadblocks themselves, so it's a lot of like stuff off in the distance, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 800 yards away. You're seeing people like running in and out, hiding from bush to bush. So yeah, and that's all posts are reporting this, right? Because you've had this town locked down for a full day, so everybody that needed to do whatever and couldn't is now trying to go get that done on foot.
Okay. Can we pass this along to our respective neighborhoods to make sure they're, I don't know, keeping an eye out for home invasions and stuff?
Sure. You notify your home areas of operation that to be extra vigilant tonight. Everybody make sure and lock your doors. If there was a night to stay up all night, maybe it's tonight, etc., etc.
Do we
Alright,
want
is the plan to
to
just continue hold position?
Well, do we want to intercept anybody for intelligence or anything? Do any interviews or anything? Or do we want to just hold our position and rest?
Hold it. Let the cordon ride.
All right.
All right. So, what do I want to do? What is that? 5? That's 20. Okay, so up here at this northwest checkpoint, we've got a full squad up here, and things are going good. And you start to notice on the thermal that there seems to be some sort of amassing of bodies. There's a bunch of people walking all over the place, and obviously now we're looking into not even the area that we're coordinating rather, but we see an abnormally large mass of individuals kind of gathering, and it's like it's about 2 a.m. right now.
Are these in any general AO in Orange, or is it all over, like you were saying before, at all?
No,
the
this
checkpoints?
is I'm painting on the map right here. This checkpoint
just
is
this north
seeing
one.
these
Okay.
individuals amassing in this location, right? They're
Okay,
seeing it through
vehicles or on foot?
on foot. They're looking at it through thermals, so they can't tell anything other than there's a bunch of
Okay.
people, a bunch of humans standing there.
Any long cylindrical objects in their hands?
It's thermals, and so at this range and the quality of thermal you have, all you know is that there's a bunch of people standing there.
I'm gonna radio to Volt and say, recommend I send Squad 1 to support you. To
Hey,
support
please,
Squad 2.
please do. Your assistance would be welcome.
Okay.
Do I have anybody with night vision that can get closer to inspect a little bit better?
Sure, each team is night vision capable, and you could send
Okay.
all members with night vision up there, or just 1 or 2 guys, or however you want to run that.
I'd like to keep a low profile and avoid being seen by them if possible.
Okay, so you send 1 individual up there, or 2,
no,
or
individual, a team, two guys.
2 guys, all right?
I'm sorry, the teams are 4 guys, right? Yeah.
You can
half
do
a
whatever you
team.
want, though.
Okay, half a team. Or if it's easier for you, just a team.
No, it's fine.
There you go.
So you send
All right.
half a team up there. They come up into this dark spot. We really should have jumped over to the bigger map, but it's all good. We're doing great here. And they come up, and they're able to, from a pretty concealed position, observe. Also, the enemy we're facing is relatively, as far as tactical technology goes, pretty underwhelming. And they confirm that it appears to be a bunch of individuals with rifles amassing and starting to kind of meander and move towards the south, our direction.
Okay. Are they close enough to hear anything, or are they're just observing still?
They there's relatively, like, the enemy's having pretty good noise and light discipline, right? They understand they need to be sneaky, so they're not just
Okay.
like out loud
If
talking
they're-
about their
if they're
plans.
sneaky, I don't care to try and start a conversation with them. We show of force, get them to stop, and see if they're ready to fight or run. And if
Yeah,
they're
I like
ready
this
to fight,
idea.
fight back.
Let's try to intimidate them best we can. So I'll request to send my squad to the edge of this intersection at Polk and Redbird, or like, yeah, they could be kind of online with Pink. Yeah, that's great. Make ourselves look big. Tell them to stand down.
All right, so you guys kind of get up online with him and then say what? Get the fuck out of here. Get on the ground. Hands in the air. Busters, you're busted. What are we going with?
Yeah. You're busted, Buster. Sure.
Okay.
Leave the premises. Your presence is not welcome.
Right. So whatever. You guys. Somebody opens up a white light, shines it on them. You say, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" And as soon as you do that, they just start opening up fire on you and kind of all run in to be online in your direction.
Open fire back hard.
Open
Yeah.
fire back. They get caught in a 90-degree crossfire. These two buddies hit the deck and start crawling along this riverbed, this highly bushed, wooded riverbed, to not get caught in the friendly fire. And these guys attempt to try and maneuver on you, but they start taking some pretty heavy casualties. All right, and they continue to kind of try to flank. This team is fixed, shooting at you, and you guys now have some people running across the interstate. This team, fire team here, right, they notice it kind of at the last second, call it out and take some pop shots, but they think that everybody got across successfully.
All right, I'll reposition fire teams 2 and 3 to get online and form. Yeah, exactly. And then I'll have them hold position and request squad 2 maneuver east.
Yeah, is that like a trench between us and the Spring Glen Drive there? Is that like a trench or a
I believe
canal or something?
so. Yeah, it's probably not. It's not going to be like super crazy mountain steep or anything. But yeah, I think.
Can we get our vehicles over,
sorry.
or is it better to go by foot?
If we're going through that, probably not going to be able to get our vehicles, I would say.
Yeah, let's leave let's leave one team with vehicles and send 2 teams dismounted across the glen there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's called Spring Glen Drive, of course. Okay.
So they come up, they encounter this team that was fixed, but this team is being a little undisciplined and hyper fixated on blue, so they get a pretty easy delete. All right, and then you guys continue to maneuver up. You engage in more of a firefight with these guys. They get online, and then eventually they just book it and run off to the north, and you lose visual with them.
Okay. All right. Assess our own casualties. Do we have any wounded? Any blood? Vehicles in bad shape? Anything like that?
I think you guys are good. I think that was pretty mixed match.
Is it? Can somebody just keep watch while we scour for intel and see what we just dealt with here? Was this some other tribe or faction, or are
You
these?
can just have your squad to resume mission on the checkpoint, and then my squad 1 can search the AO. Where the
All right,
hostiles
thank you.
were. Yeah, totally.
And just for you guys' information, you have enough manpower. You can even do this with one squad, right? Have 2 teams set up security, and then have one team search everybody.
Okay.
Right.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's 4 guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys do that. There's not like any maps or like team logos or anything, but as far as you can tell, it seems pretty likely that it's part of the same crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tattoos or anything like that, or any signs? What are the weapons they're using?
Right. So they're ununiform, and it's a mixed match of small arms,
Okay.
which checks out with what the community's going for. When you searched them, you did see some gang affiliated tattoos, and in the backstory, right, this is like all the gangs kind of had a truce with each other and started being one big omni gang in the Dallas area, and so any sort of gang affiliated anything would be an indicator that it's part of this crew.
Okay. All right, we'll resume watch and figure things out in the morning, I guess.
Well, yeah. So what's the call? Do we want to resume siege and hold position again, or do we want to take this opportunity to go pay Big Dog T a visit or something? I don't know.
Well, let's see if in the morning he comes to his senses and wants to talk.
Can we send a messenger?
Oh,
Someone?
no. He's got to come to us. That's how we assert dominance.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have a question with the general strategy.
Go ahead.
If we get this guy to expose himself, what is the end game?
Take him captive, probably.
Take him prisoner, have him, yeah.
I'm gonna go pee real quick. Y'all talk about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Have them turn themselves into the Texas Defense Force or whatever.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that. We should shoot him. Anyway, listen.
If we
General
don't accidentally shoot him in the process.
notes. I think the cordon is going to prove to be too porous, and I think one of these days soon, probably at dawn or something, we should go in there. And
Definitely. Yeah, the siege shouldn't be an end to itself. I don't think we're going to be able to actually starve them out, but we can make them hurt a little bit and make our entry in a little bit easier.
All right. I don't hate letting the cordon play for a week, days, like a week. We got to go in there eventually.
3 days you can go without water. Let's say 3 days at the most, and then we act if a better opportunity doesn't present itself first.
You know what? All right.
Do we have anybody that's like sick that we could send? Anybody with like that virus that came out a few years ago that we could send in there?
The lab plague?
Yeah, the Wuhan thing.
Got a bunch of blankets to pass out.
Anybody got the sniffles?
That's a pro move.
Any roadkill that we can scrape
Actually,
up?
Genghis Khan did that. He would catapult some disease heads over the wall to accelerate.
Oh. Did it work?
Stuff. It did work. People gave up faster.
People gave up faster.
They definitely did.
I'm just saying that biological warfare is a means of negotiating with a guy who's not showing himself.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so we'll say a full day passes. There's no activity. Nothing crazy happens. Nightfall begins to happen. All right, it's getting dark. At that point, do you guys do or change anything?
Our plan was, if a better opportunity doesn't present, we're going to wait 3 days before making the attack.
All right. So now that it's night, just like last night, there's tons of people on foot going all over the place. They are doing their best, perhaps even better than the night before, to avoid the checkpoints. But there's definitely a ton of foot traffic, and every post is reporting that.
Okay, do we want to make contact with anybody this time?
What do you mean?
So no supplies have moved in or out,
Except by foot.
Except by foot.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, should we make contact with people to just gather intel, see what their general status is, what the conditions are like inside, see anything we can figure out? Do we want to take any prisoner? What do we want to do?
You know what? There's something I guess I would like to do. So this is the next night, and it's the middle of the night, the next night. Do I understand correct?
Correct.
All right. One of my reserve fire teams ditches their uniforms, puts on shiesties, walks in there to Ray Ray's grandma's house, which is that fire team which is a member of the fire team we lost, and see if we can find out what happened to them.
I think I get the feeling you're just gonna lose another one because you already lost one fire team going in by itself. There's no reason why you won't lose another one.
And we only lost 1 out of 3.
I mean, it's ultimately your call, but I do not recommend.
All right, so they return 3 hours. They return 3 hours later, and they let you know that the house is burned down.
Oof.
That's cool. I got a sneaking suspicion they were exposed as spies. Anyway.
You know, you get captured, you get some seats taken out. That's probably how it went down.
They were loyal to the end. We should have a memorial for them.
Yeah. All right, so what's the call? Are we still holding? Or do you guys want to?
I'll hold. It seems like all their activity is at night, so if we're at 50% at night and we don't have any attacks at night, their guys could be asleep during the day, and that might be a good time to attack. Or we could send a reconnaissance unit in and really scope out Big Dog T's compound, see if he is there or not.
If we do, I recommend we go on vehicle because if... I I don't know. Like moving in on foot would be horrendous because exfil will be very.
Yeah,
difficult.
but a vehicle will be immediately spotted because there's no vehicles going in or out except, well, ones that we let in.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's
could
true.
have
The
we
issue
could
is
have-
trying to escape on foot gives them more time to.
We don't
maneuver.
necessarily need to have them escape on foot. We could have somebody go in with a vehicle to pick them up if there's an emergency.
I see. You want vehicles on standby, and you want forces to move in on foot.
Try to avoid being seen if possible, but if not, get in there,
Well,
get them out. And
Right. So I don't think that we can practically avoid being seen moving in full kit with rifles through this urban area where everybody hates us.
all right.
I mean, we
Well,
can.
if they're out of the neighborhood trying to gather supplies or something like
All right.
that, I'm just thinking we might be able to sneak through if there's general chaos and disorder.
Oh shit! There's probably okay.
What were you gonna say, GWOT?
Nothing.
Okay.
There
go
is
ahead, Phil.
probably way less fighters in that town, in that zone at night. But then also in the early morning they're asleep. So it's
We've
kinda like-
also done a number on them. There's a lot less than there were before. We could move in a large group and make it a very bad idea for them to open fire.
Also, only note on the final attack, maybe do something to create a diversion before you roll in your main force. I don't know. Y'all got this.
But do you want to do that? We could. That's not a bad.
Oh no!
We can, Phil. We can have your forces move in from the south, moving, east to west along like Kinwood,
Yeah.
and see if that draws any attention. And then you radio to us.
All right.
And we'll have
Where?
our forces on standby for when they move.
This is still in the middle of the night, right? You guys want to do this?
It's about
tonight,
it's
or
about
you
5 a.m. right now.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah, I'm down. Volt.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let me
What's the plan? I gave some suggestions. What do you guys
think
think?
of a way.
Once you guys give me the signal, I'll move in from the north and I'll take up position on the north of Big Dog T's compound and hold and wait for you guys to meet up in the
Alright.
middle.
Okay.
Alright,
Sounds
I'll
good.
stay I'll stay at the north until you guys give me the signal.
Right. Okay. I'll stage my units. 3 and 1 squads are gonna stage. Or I'll consolidate 1 to 3, and they'll wait for the signal, and then once the signal's given, they'll push east to west across Camp Winston Drive Road. And I think the idea is, Phil, you're gonna move some of your forces in and see if you can draw their attention.
Yeah.
First, and then we move ours in.
I think the only quote unquote militarily significant target in this town is probably Big Dog T's compound or whatever itself. Let me try to think about what I'm going to do.
Right. Oh, the other thought I have is that if we're going on the attack, are we going to take down the siege, or give up on the siege position? We can dismantle the blockade, basically. Okay, then I'll maneuver Squad 2 to consolidate with my other squads.
Yeah, if we're gonna attack, maybe we should just be all in.
Okay.
The Battle of Big Dog T's.
It's gonna be really disappointing if Big Dog T made it out of this town in the foot traffic the first night, though.
He sure could have.
Yeah, but we'll know for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I'd like to move Squad 2 to consolidate with my other squads on the right, on the east. And then, basically, my units and Volt's units are going to wait for the signal. Phil's going to move some of his forces in from the southeast.
I'm going to move them in from south to north, and it's going to be...
Okay. And then if he receives contact or if he draws any forces to his position, then we will move ours in towards.
I was going to say, the signal should probably be when we start shooting. That's probably the signal.
Yeah, if we hear gunfire.
Yeah.
We'll confirm, but yes.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Right, so my way of entry is going to be there's 2 roads leading down. One is just to the west of Victory Temple Church, and then the other is Greenspan Avenue. I'm going to have 2 squads go down south down one of those roads, and 1 squad go down the other one at the appropriate time.
Gotcha.
But they're going to be staged there, waiting to go in the meantime.
Wonderful. Okay.
And then I'll have my forces move from east to west across, I forget what it's called. No rush. I will wait till... Okay, Camp Winston Road until they can move up to Windfall Drive. And then I'd like to stage squads 3 and 2 on like either side of the word Highfall Drive at those intersections. And then they can proceed north.
Got it.
After that.
All right.
If they make it.
And you want all 3 or 2, or what are we doing?
I'll have all 3, and I'll actually have squads 1 and 2 on the like western approach.
Okay. On the western approach.
Well, so phase 1 is move across Camp Winston Road, and then phase 2 is merge north. There's 2 forks moving north on either side of Highfall Drive.
Right.
That's kind of where I want them moving. And I'll have squads 1 and 2 on the west and 3 on the east.
Got it. All right, and Phil, you're coming in from the south going north?
Yeah. Yeah, let me get a map. I would like to consolidate all my forces around the center of the main MSR and start moving north in vehicles.
Moving north into the territory?
Like, I can't see the road. It's called, like, Wheeling Road or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, moving north into the territory, like up Green something Avenue and stop a little. You know what? We're going to say the Kenwood and Greenspan Avenue is going to be some kind of objective rally point. And let me see the map north a little bit. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're going to say that intersection is like an objective rally point. We're going to dismount there and start walking north up to West Camp Wisdom Drive.
Okay.
Which is that road to the north, yeah.
North Camp Wisdom Drive. North.
It's the main drag going through the center of the territory.
Got it. Oh, yeah.
And we are going to stop in the houses and trees to the south.
So just up here along this line is where you want to clear up to?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So, Phil, you start moving through relatively good. You guys get up here and you launch from your ORP, and you have a squad moving up through this section, squad moving up right here through Greenspan. Womp. And then, whoa, come on. This squad going up, forking off Greenspan here to the right, trying to clear out some of this up here. You patrolled up through here pretty unopposed. And, all right, Honey Badger, as soon as you get in, as you cross this intersection right here, you start to receive small arms fire. And you see that there is a fire team just inside this intersection, right here, just inside this intersection. And they are firing down this avenue of approach on you guys.
Affirmative. I'll have squad 3 get online, return fire, and then actually fire teams. So squad 3 is going to handle this themselves until squad 2 arrives. Call for their help. Fire teams 2 and 3 are going to get online, and then fire team 1 is going to maneuver north. Yeah. But I'm also going to order that we do not pursue. So if we engage these guys and they fall back, bound back, break contact, we're going to reconsolidate and push west. Continue.
Got it. All right, so that's going on there. And up here, we're coming down. Greenspan.
Holding position.
Holding position. Okay.
Yep.
Holding position. So you want to hold position. So as they hear that they have contact down here, your guys get opened up on harassing fire by single units, single teams, right? These 2 checkpoints that had been here the whole time, they get opened up by a small team doing harassing fire from a good covered, concealed position, right? So you can't even see the individuals, but you just understand, you're like, oh, that clump of bushes or somewhere underneath that overpass or whatever the case is, we're getting shot at from. The fire is not intense, it's not high volume, it's not overly accurate, but you are definitely, getting rounds winged at you every now and again.
Okay. Can I respond to that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to let these guys do what they're supposed to do with this siege. If they can hold their position, if they can send a team to maneuver around and flank them, do.
Okay. Cool. So we send a team down here.
The objective is to get them freed up in order to respond as soon as possible.
Right. So we send some flanking teams. We deconflict our fires a bit. And so now we are shooting at these guys. Again, point targets are hard to come by. They're doing a real good job of hide and seek, just popping their heads to take some shots. But we've got a relatively good idea of what general area it's coming from, and we're now starting to pump some good lead into that area. All right, down here, we engage them, and Squad 2 shows up. And how do you want to utilize them here in this little skirmish we got going on? Honey Badger.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Squad 2 is going to support Fire Team 1. They're basically going to consolidate and then...
Like that? Up here with them?
Yeah.
All right, so as they... Go for it.
I would like to get them online.
Yeah. They're coming up. You tell them to do a flanking maneuver, so this is them starting to come up and flank. As they start to get online, these guys realize what's up and they dip. When they take off, there is a couple casualties that happen, as well as there are some casualties that happen up here in these extended exchanges of fire with the enemy. So collectively, they're down about another fire team. All right.
I'm going to have my units consolidate on Camp Winston Road, and then do we want to stick with the plan where I hold until Bill makes contact, or
Yeah. Stay there.
push on in?
I move up my entire three.
Okay, we'll move those
squad.
back.
I can act as a giant base of supporting fire, and you can maneuver on them. Maneuver on Big Dog T's compound.
I see. You want to rendezvous at Camp Winston Road?
Yeah, I'm going to move up to Camp Winston Road. I can.
Yeah.
So we got kind of high ground on that compound.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I can act as basically a base of fire for you to maneuver on. And, well, maybe not if they get in the center of us. I would like to start moving north.
Yep. So you are moving north. All this is happening at the same time. We got to kind of do it turnstile, but this is all happening concurrently, right?
Right.
So these guys are in their extended harassing fire firefights. We just had a skirmish with a post right here. That post was just Control-Alt-Deleted. Phil is making progress, moving north with his units. And because there's this fucking barrier here, I can't goddamn... You know what, dude? We all know what the boundaries are. All right. So, as that's going down, Honey Badger, you see 4 vehicles at a high rate of speed cross this intersection that just happened. And as you come over the radio and call that out, Phil's squad 2, starts to see these guys coming down at him.
All right. We get off of the fucking street real quick and move into the houses, move into the trees and houses on each side of the... Yeah.
I mean,
And,
you mean
I would like to...
adjacent, like take.
No,
to the
I would
line,
like to make a line 2-2 moves down to 2-1, 2-3 moves up to 2-1.
But you're not breaking into houses, are you?
No.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
Just get off the road is the kind of
Right.
just
I figured. Into houses, sort of.
For whatever it's worth, in the real wars, you absolutely just break the fuck into people's houses, kick their door in, put a gun in their face, and say, "Everybody get on the fucking floor. We're commandeering this house right now." So hey, sucks to be Team America sometimes. Anyways.
I'm sure you've done that.
Oh yeah. All right, so these guys are coming down, and Phil, do I assume you've set up like a hasty ambush here on them?
You know what? Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that's yes.
That's a yes.
All right, so
That sounds like a strong affirmative.
yep. So these guys come through, and they catch a bunch of lead. They get through. The first vehicle in the convoy gets smoked. They continue to push through. Last vehicle in the convoy gets smoked. Those vehicles are careened and crashed off to the side of the road. And these two vehicles continue to move south at a high rate of speed. Off. Now you don't see them anymore.
You know what? I think Big Dog T just skipped town.
Let's go find out.
All right, you want me to move in on the compound?
Someone
Yes.
in vehicles has to chase
All right,
them.
I'm ready to take my quick reaction force, and I'm gonna bring it down and try to screen the northern road there that's going across the top of the compound.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have my forces maneuver west at our staging point. It's like Highfall Drive at their predetermined locations to rendezvous with Phil.
All right.
All right.
Okay, check this out.
Yep.
I know exactly what you're thinking, Phil. You want to hop in cars and go pursue them.
No, I don't. Like, Big Dog T left the circle, and now we have the circle, and we should just burn their little stolen shit market down. And, I don't know. We should stay here and not chase them.
This is our town now.
I don't know.
This town.
Anyway, Big Dog T left town at a high rate of speed, and all of my guys are on foot. And
No, these
I
guys.
would like to.
These guys, all your dudes are in vehicles. These two squads are in vehicles, and these guys just hopped out of their vehicles. I mean, they could hop right back in them.
That's kind of not what I meant, but you know what? We're gonna say they're in vehicles. The way I envisioned it, we at that ORP.
Oh, you
let
dismount
the
from
company
vehicles.
forward,
Oh, okay,
move
I got
forward.
you. I got you. No, that makes sense. That's fine too. That's what you
Yeah.
meant. That's what you meant.
That's what I meant, and I would like to continue maneuvering north. Actually,
All right, you guys link up.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing that link up. While that's happening, this squad from Pink, Squad 3 comes down. They make contact with an enemy fire team that's set up in a lookout position. That enemy fire team initially does a couple pop shots as they are approaching. And how would you like to respond to that, 3 squad?
With aggression.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try and get past them if I can and flank them, outmaneuver them. If they're just an observation post, overwhelm them, take them out.
Wait, are you on wheels right now?
Yes.
all right, so you run up on them, and as you begin to maneuver on them, basically these guys just dip. They dip and cut through the houses, and you don't see them anymore. While right after that, you hear over the radio, and also you guys at these posts, these guys attempt to surrender. They start waving white socks in the air.
Take them.
We aren't really equipped to take prisoners. Sorry.
All right.
We know the Texas Defense Force would love to take you though.
Okie doke. So, now, what are we doing down here?
I'm gonna consolidate the rest of my guys to have them carry on with the plan they had initially. 2 columns down one road, the other down the one west of the Victory Temple Church, and position ourselves north and west of Big T's compound.
going down
North
here.
and west. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay. Something like that looking good? Is that where you want to be?
Well, I was thinking right along Colishray Drive and just along the north on those roads
Got
that
it.
are coming down north on it with a couple of teams on each road there.
Got it.
Directly to the north of the compound, though.
Right.
Yep, there we go.
Okie doke.
What's the general situation there? Any?
Yeah, there are. So as you start to encroach on this general compound, first of all, goodness, let's take a look at what that looks like. Better. Where are we? All right, what do we got going on here? An elementary school. Elementary school, bunch of buildings. All right, all right. Okay, so from inside the elementary school, which is pretty much where this is placed, you start receiving sporadic and varying fire between all these different positions. Basically, as best as you can tell, there's a handful of dudes up in here, and whenever they get a glimpse of a guy, they take some pop shots on him. And, you know, I don't want to paint too much of a picture you wouldn't be seeing, but right, they're frantic. They're like running around inside the school, popping out different windows and shooting at different guys at posts and stuff. And nothing is really connecting with any authority or violence.
Hey guys, I'm gonna relay over the radio to the other two platoons and let them know what the situation is, and I'm standing by.
All right. I radio back. Shoot the fuck out of that school.
All right.
Yep.
Sure.
Sure. So they soften the target. The target's being heavily engaged.
Sure, I already refused to take prisoners. Why not?
Yeah, all incoming fire from the school stops, right? So you're no longer getting shot at, but that's most likely because the school's receiving a high volume of fire from Pink Platoon. So there you go. School is suppressed. School is isolated from the north.
All right, so move in. Someone move in.
Squad, I'll have Squad 3. But Squad 3 and Squad 2 are going to close in on the compound, and then when they get somewhat close, they'll call for you, like, dial back your fire.
Right, so you're gonna want to pick a direction to launch from and get into the school. That way you can coordinate fires.
Ideally, okay, I'll have Squad 2 basically wrap around, go west, then north, the same route so that they consolidate with Squad 3.
Okay.
And then I'll have them push basically northeast incrementally, and then request for Volt's units to shift their fire.
So you want guys to run all the way across this field into the school?
Would not recommend.
That is a good point. That's
Greenspan Avenue, they can approach.
Yeah, I agree. That's much better. So I'll have them maneuver. Well, unless they're gonna be fucking shot at, because your guys are north.
Yeah, but you can
North
deconflict
and
that. Like, if I'll
Okay,
just take over real quick, right? You could stage dudes here very easily.
Yeah.
And then tell you guys to shut off fires, right? And this is why when you plan stuff, it's really good to set up target reference points or whatever, right? So like Big Dog T's house would probably be TRP1. This elementary school would probably be TRP2. We could even, if we had detailed maps, like talk about different buildings and stuff around here. Getting off into the weeds. Anyways, right? So you tell people, hey, we're launching from east to west. We're going to be crossing Greenspan Ave, entering the elementary school on the southern side, right? If we're going to come in through this door. That's what I'd be communicating, right? So I would have everybody hit this target. Goodness, as much as I could, And then whenever I launched guys, I would tell them shut off fires, shut off fires. They would shut off fires and basically just be making sure that anybody that's bad guys running out of the school to run away are going to get shot by all these teams out here in Accordon. And then now that's going to pick up on us. So if we wanted to put some guys like this, if you wanted to put 3 squad, 3rd squad along here somewhere, right, then now they can start shooting this building while we come in here, and then we can communicate or even come out and, like, whatever, hang pieces of fabric or hang glow lights, chem sticks or whatever out the window to let you know how far in the school we are. Just communicate it.
How much is cleared?
How much is cleared, right? Because if we're still clearing this quarter right here, well, you definitely can still keep fires up over here, especially if you're all lined up right here shooting at it this way, and we're coming in and clearing it that direction.
Yeah, guys, be careful in there. Schools in recent decades in the U.S. have taken measures to harden themselves against this kind of.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just be careful.
That's funny.
So I think that's pretty much it. We're not going to get in, obviously, to like the individual actions of people, right? You come through, you clear it out, you get this cleared. You guys probably take 1 team of casualties. That's just the way CQB goes. And yeah, right. We're almost double the time I normally do, which is fine. I had a blast, right? From here, you would just come through and systematically clear, right? So we're all pretty much consolidated centrally. So we just divide this up, and everything just gets divided, right? So divide this whole thing up into 3 sections. Tell everybody to go patrol through those. Each platoon to go patrol those 3 sections. That platoon would probably take their slice of the pie and then break that up into 3 sections and say squad 1, squad 2, squad 3. That's your section. And then as squads, we would all go patrol the 9 different segments of this area. Make sure there wasn't anybody waiting in a bush or something for us as best as we could, right? Fighting a guerrilla enemy is hard, right? Because they never were uniformed. At this point, they're not trying to fight us, so they're probably just hiding or running away. But still, you have to do your due diligence. Walk around, make yourself known. If for no other reason than to establish yourself as King Dingling of this area now. That's what you'd want to do.
Makes sense. Okay, well, yeah, this did take a lot of time, but I did enjoy it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't have time for questions, that's okay.
No, we can still talk. We can still talk for a little bit. It's fine.
Does Big Dog T have anything that he has left behind that might be of any value to him, personally?
Okay, yeah, cool, good question. So for the sake of the following scenario, you get to Big Dog T's house, and it's just got he's got like a gas station roadmap of the greater Dallas area pinned up in like different areas circled with different color Sharpie markers, and there's just tons of loot all over the place, right? Jewelry, drugs, weapons, food storage like canned foods and bags of rice and stuff like that. This was definitely like the processing center where stuff was coming in, getting sorted, and then getting sold or distributed or whatever the case is.
I'm interested in what kind of contacts he may have had outside of this neighborhood, where he might have felt safe going, and where he might be holding up to now. Any indications?
That is awesome, and I didn't think of any of that ahead of time.
All right. Nah, never mind. We'll come back to it later.
But yeah, Big Dog T
Is
hold
he
out.
going to be like this reoccurring bad guy or something? Are we gonna find him like in a compound in our own neighborhood?
At this very moment, I don't have any like super specific plans. I want to kind of this in my mind was like the end. I'm trying to go through the multiple stages of collapse here. This was like the end of the localized gang wars, right? So now at the end of this, everybody in this greater map area has either been eliminated or joined forces with each other. So now we're kind of one cohesive unit that's also working at least semi-friendly with the TCF, which is the greater AO unit. And so then we can move into the next stage where we're not really like tribe-on-tribe warfare, but the next iteration.
All right. Well, before we close down, let's just make sure we honor the people who died in that first little reconnaissance, and then the CQB, the CQB guys. We'll go to that little Episcopal church there and have do our proper respects there and call it a day.
That's noble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm curious
go for it.
about the difference between like the siege approach versus the attack approach.
Yeah.
I sometimes there is a correct answer in tactics, and I may have had the wrong answer, which is great. I'm here to learn things doing this, and I don't have my ego attached to it. So I'm curious what you think is the right approach.
Yeah, I don't think there's any a right or wrong answer. I think that the reality you're looking at, and this is obviously just what's in my brain. Who knows? I'm not God, but I would say that your siege, you're probably less risky for your men, but it's going to be more damaging on the population, and then possibly negative in like the hearts and minds impact. This siege wrapped up pretty quick, so nobody's probably going to be too butthurt, right? But if you keep everybody from getting medicine for grandma for a month, and then grandma dies, they're probably never going to be a super huge fan of you, regardless of what your original message was, or if their baby died because they couldn't get them formula and they weren't lactating, or whatever the case is. So yeah, that's the cost of a siege. But yeah, as far as you guys definitely took less casualties than you would have, I'm sure, if we would have done a deliberate attack. My Marine Corps infantry headspace was totally on deliberate attack. I would have just sliced this motherfucker up into three different sections, set up a blockade to the east, and pushed units in to clear people out, and dealt with fights as they came. But I think arguably perhaps the siege was a better answer, right? You guys took less casualties. And in a world where you're not a stormtrooper with 1 million replacements on their way behind you, that's really important.
That's a good point. So with the deliberate attack, what does that look like? Is it essentially, I mean, it sounds like total hell because there's tons of dark windows you can't see through, and you have to push your unit in and basically take the first hit. They're going to shoot at you first, and you react to contact and move guys into the building and go clear them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit more to it. I have a whole MOUT video. Definitely check that out in my tactics, right? But off the top of my head, you want to like set up a cordon, set up security, and then you want to isolate, and then you want to suppress, and then you want to obscure, right? The textbook correct answer is throw smoke grenades before you make your final movement from last cover concealed position into that next building. But you can do lots of crazy stuff. I think in the Tet Offensive in Vietnam, the Marines famously were shooting their 20 millimeter like wheeled cannons backwards to make a bunch of dust clouds to obscure large squad movements like across the streets and stuff. So whatever, right?
Blocking vision is huge.
Yes. So that's the steps, right? And you do it everything repeats, at least tactics, right? There's strategy and there's tactics.
Yeah.
Strategy is like the greater message. How are we fighting this war, right? Are we fighting it as a guerrilla force? Are we fighting it as a conventional force? Are we going to be mechanized? Are we going to do air assault? Are we doing a war of attrition? Are we doing a siege tactic? Are we doing maneuver warfare, right? That's like the strategy. And then once the strategy has been selected, the individual fights are conducted with tactics. And the tactics the fundamentals of the tactics never change. The details change based on technology, terrain, what strategy you're using. But like support by fire, flanking, like this stuff never changes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it always is. So when it comes to the urban picture, right? It's what I just said. It's setting up your security, so I guess that's isolate, suppress, obscure, and then seize. I'm sure that's actually probably the acronym. I think I just nailed it right there. So on every level, right? Yeah. So at the company level, that's what 3 platoons are, I'm looking at this entire area and I'm saying, okay, I need to isolate this area, and then I need to suppress whatever segments of this area we're going to initially move into. I need to obscure those areas if I can, and then I need to assault those areas that I have now prepped with my isolation, suppression, obscuring.
Gotcha.
And I'm thinking like this platoon move here, and this platoon move here, and this platoon do that on the company level. And then on the platoon level, right, whoever is the platoon that's taking it, they're thinking the same thing. Okay, well, I need to take down this block, so I need to obscure this street, this avenue of approach. And then it just keeps getting smaller until you're down to like the actual squad or fire team that's doing it. And he's like, isolate the west side of the building. I'm going to make entry on the east. I'm going to throw this smoke grenade to, you know what I'm saying?
But it's covering individual angles.
Right. It's the same tactic, just scaled up or scaled down.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And yeah, I mean, urban environments are hell.
Asking you a question that you had to have a video explaining.
No, you're totally good, brother. I don't
seen this one yet.
I don't expect everybody to watch every single video I do. I'm just letting you know it's out there.
Cool. Thanks.
Absolutely, brother. And yeah, to ultimately answer your question, yes, urban warfare is hell. It's a 360-degree battlefield. People can be anywhere above you, below you, all around you. You can't see far, which means there's tons of dead space. People can just run around behind a building, and then now you don't see them, and they run around and they occupy an area you just thought you cleared, etc., etc. Which is why being very systematic and like moving people online, right? So like if we did crunch this down and start taking this in sections of pie, we wouldn't want to have a situation where like blue platoon is way far ahead of everybody else. Everybody else is still in the east side of their section, and now you're on the west half, right? Because then you're gonna flush guys out, and they're gonna run, or these guys, right? They're gonna flush guys out, and then they're gonna run, and then come and occupy terrain here behind where you thought was cleared, right? But if we all can clear generally online, then anybody running away from us and trying to flank is just going to run into somebody else. And their only options are to completely run away from us in a direction we've allowed them to go.
Which, yeah, that makes sense.
Or face us and fight.
Isolating variables. Like, we're making sure that the only place they can move is area we still haven't cleared.
Right, exactly.
Without dying. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And so that's when phase lines are important, right? And then reporting in like, hey, I'm at phase line Budweiser. And you'd be like, cool, even though you guys could just keep chugging along, stop and stay in that building and suppress the enemy and wait for the squads to your left and right to catch up to you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I think the siege was actually, yeah, it's a really good idea. Logistics wins wars. If they can't bring supplies in. That was clever.
Well, I was thinking if we're really just defending our neighborhoods here, and we shouldn't really commit to a fight unless we know we can win it. And I didn't really feel comfortable with the information we had just storming in.
Sure.
With no backup support, no hospital we could take guys to, and stuff like that. I figured the siege was the safe approach.
Definitely all facts. It worked out well for you guys. You guys really, really dwindled their numbers down. It took me for a loop. I kept trying to think like, what would I do based on the situation of the enemy? And, right, like not knowing what you guys know. At first, I'm going to try to maybe like try to intimidate you. Then I'm going to try to like harass you out of there. And then after that doesn't work and I've lost a third of my fighting force, I'm like, oh shit, okay, these guys mean business. They're all over. I need to like set up some sort of a distraction and try and like punch out, do like a bailout drill, which is what Big T did, right? The goal before you guys advanced on the city, I was going to have harassing fire at some of these bases. I think these top 3 in this corner, and then try to get you guys to move units to deal with that, and then try to punch Big Dog T out to the southwest here somewhere. But you guys started the attack, so they kind of had to scramble and improv.
Nice. That makes sense. That'd be a smart tactic to, evac the president.
Yeah, well, also like whatever. Not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but that a gangbanger is going to be a selfish, individually motivated person, right? He's not like, I'm going to stand and go down with the ship for my community. I think that's unlikely. He's more like, oh shit, I'm going to grab as much of these fucking gold chains and roll the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Real. Any other questions?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for hosting.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was fun.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fun every time.
We will be back, same place, same time next week. I don't know if we're doing the next episode of this or if we're going back to what we did last week. That will be up to Mr. I Hate France, what he's got going on in his personal life.
Roger that.
Awesome. Peace, y'all.
Later, guys. Appreciate everybody.
Peace. Thank you.
Bye.